You're listening to the Conversate Cast. I'm Evrett Vaurasi, and this is Discourse to elevate the community and culture. This platform is born of the idea that storytelling and conversation is a powerful tool for self-development, and our vision is good chat, better banter, and plenty of gems with individuals who have testimonies that will empower and provide blueprints for our community to keep growing. You're here with EZVE on the Conversate Cast. Skinny good riding shotgun today. I'm going to preface this intro quickly because words of affirmation, they are my love language. And I've got to spread the love this morning. I appreciate people giving up their time, come on and storytell. As always, very excited to intro our guest today, and I read this week that silence is the respite of the strong and confident. And ring true with my brother here. He's been a friend for a little while now, doesn't give too much away. When he does, it's always impactful and of great value. He's one of the most creative lads I know. Co-owner of EZVE plant-based burgers. For many on Instagram, their hashtag Man Crush Monday. Shout out to Twin Kurty. He's a friend to the room. Welcome to the Conversate Cast, Kurt Foggo.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me.
Right. Bring your passport, come out of Mounties?
Nah, it feels like I'm back in my hometown.
Kurty, for those that don't know you, man, I want to jump straight into it. Because like I said, you're a super creative cat, especially with the orientation of health. Moving into plant-based business now, I think it's hectic. I just want you to kind of pull back the veil on your story, what brought you to Sydney and where you're from.
Well, I'm from the Gold Coast originally. Sydney come about through rugby league, how I met you a few years ago. Getting signed with Penrith, so coming down, moving out to Penrith, and then from there, played footy for a few years and fell out of love with football, but then realised that we enjoyed Sydney, myself and my partner, Callie, and then just decided to stay. Hey, we just enjoy living away from home.
What's the difference between from where you're up in Gold Coast down here in Sydney? What was the appeal to stay?
Where I'm from, it's like, I think because we grew up there, it's a small town, like sort of mentality, so...
Yeah, shout out to the Bellambi Jets.
Yeah, shout out to the Jets. That appeals to me. I like, staying out of any drama or that sort of stuff.
So there's drama out there.
Oh. No, you know what I mean? Like,
he's telling on you up there in Tweed.
It'd be the same for you out here. Like, you know everyone, you know what's going on. Everyone like sort of wants to know your sort of business and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mind like a little bit of gossiping in here and there, that sort of stuff, like everyone, but we just like just doing our own little thing.
Yeah. Fast paced down here compared to there.
Yeah.
When you were playing footy here, I know we finished up 2012 out at Penrith. And what was the next step for you? Because you continued your athletic career.
I enjoyed training, health and fitness, and from there, I think a mate actually told me about CrossFit, and I looked it up on YouTube or Google or something, and that's how I found CrossFit. And then I just went to a gym, tried it, and I just loved it. I just loved like the mixed modality of everything, and I just like variety of everything, and then started doing that.
See, I know Skinny Good, he's a CrossFit frother. And he owns one of the greatest CrossFit gyms in Sydney, Greater West. His top athlete of all time is Easy Muhammad.
I think that's yours.
I just want to know who yours is, Kid. Who were you watching and going, I meet him, I'm a fanboy?
No, to be honest.
What about that lad from your team? The one that did the half handstand push-up? What's his name? Nah, we won't tell.
Some of the top ones, obviously they're crazy what they're doing, but I never had like a man crush on it.
Skinny, who is yours, brother?
I'm the same, and we already spoke about this.
I thought it was easy.
When I started, like Rich was the main man, so like everything Rich did, you're like, wow, even still sort of is, I think.
Mine's easy, then it goes probably Timmy and Kurty, Ty, and then Benny Griffin.
What about Sarafi Faniaki?
He's my favourite Indian cricketer. So you were doing CrossFit, and I know you had some success in that field. What was the careers that you were thinking of associating when you were in that health and fitness realm? Because I know you did some stuff also in wellness. You were working with the lady that we used at the bank.
So I used to like
Project Live Well.
Coach at the CrossFit gym, and a little bit of personal training as well, not as much, just a little bit of coaching at the gym. That wasn't earning like good money or anything though, it was just more just to train and live the sort of CrossFit lifestyle for a bit. I've always loved gyms and stuff. And I'll still always say, like, I'd love to have a gym one day, but sort of realised, I know just where my life's gone, that I don't really want to be in a gym all the time right now. Who knows, it might change. And the wellness stuff come about too through a lady at the gym. She was really into that sort of stuff, like public speaking and stuff, and I wasn't. I just saw it as more of a bit of a challenge for me to like get up and talk in front of people and stuff.
You like that in school?
Public speaking?
Yeah.
Hated it.
Who'd have thought?
I was the same. The first time I spoke in front of people, probably the same as you, was coaching in a class, and I was like, whoa, everyone's looking at me.
Yeah, when I started coaching,
same.
I think it was spoken about with one of the owners there, and he just sort of said, like, literally you need to talk more. So he just made me like go around and just say hello, introduce myself to members and that sort of thing. And even that for me was like challenging at the start.
Did that impact your relationships? Did you follow?
Yeah, I always hear that like about me, like I either like I hate him at the start or he's arrogant or whatever at the start, you know what I mean? But just doing that and coaching probably helped my growth as a person.
Why is that you just don't chat? Because that's why I read that silence is the respite of the strong and confident. Like that's people's peace.
I don't know, I guess
it's processing.
It's just naturally. I always like to listen and think. And I don't know. I do think people talk too much sometimes.
Who?
No, not you. Just like people. No,
Hey,
I mean, like,
we're gonna edit that out.
people just want their opinion like heard so much, and you're
Yeah.
like, just if you just take a second and listen to like what he or she's saying.
And that's what you were talking about last
Yeah,
week.
you're probably gonna learn something. But I'm not saying I just sit there silently. It just comes naturally to me more than others.
Yeah.
I think. And yeah.
No, I just wanted to have that awkward silence. just to make a point.
Always on the Insta.
No, you did. It was always like you had these blogs going. You and Cal just always had that entrepreneurial kind of mindset to have your content out there. I don't know if you guys were trying to turn over a profit for it, but it was always just like that creative space. You guys putting photography up or workouts.
Because Cal's background's PR, so she sort of likes the blogs and vlogging and all that. Like I heard about vlogging and stuff years ago of her, and I was like, what is that? And now everyone's vlogging, and it was through like PR and what she does.
She's always ahead of the curve, Cal.
And then the Instagram thing honestly just come from Cal used to work at this PR firm.
Yeah.
And they were sending people on holidays that had like 10, 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
And back then that was a lot. So this was like 6 years ago probably at least. And a girl got sent. I was like, how did she get a free holiday?
Do you remember who the girl was?
Nah, I forget her name. No, I remember her
Hey,
name.
Kurty smart out here. He ain't telling on no one in these
I
streets.
want to keep it quiet. But
I think I
she's,
know
not,
who it
she's
is.
a nice girl. But like I was like, fuck, she gets a free holiday for just posting photos on Instagram. So I was like, I bet you if I build my following,
Was there strategy
the
behind
joke
it?
was like, build your following. I go, it's okay. So if I build my following to 10,000, you get me on a holiday. It was like a trip around Europe or Kentucky or something like that. Like, yeah, build it up, rah, rah, rah. So I was like, sweet. And all you gotta do is just be consistent, post. Back then I was
Taking
in
notes.
fitness, so it was just
Easy to have those
fitness
hashtag
related.
thirst trap photos.
Anyway, I got to 10, whatever, 15, didn't get a free holiday. So I was like,
Stitched up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Was
that's
it more
awesome.
so- was it more so to prove a point that you wouldn't get one? Like the girl sort of...
The pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was a bit of fun. But I mean, I enjoyed it at the time because I enjoyed like training and everything. It wasn't like I was forcefully putting up these photos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was that like for you? Because you mentioned before you're a little bit introverted.
Yeah, I guess. But then I guess with social media too, you also like hiding behind
Highlight
the platform,
Yeah,
the
episode
lens.
perfect this morning.
The highlight reel.
The highlight reel.
It is a bit though. That's why I realised like now it's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as it went on and did a few like I used to have a little thing with Adidas and a few of those are sort of like fitness related workouts where like heaps of like influencers go and do like a run or whatever. And I was just there just like
I remember you
I
trying to
thought-
get me to that city to surf after party.
and I was like, this just isn't me, hey. And like then I was like forcefully like putting up product or whatever.
Felt like a chore.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't even worth it for a little bit of cash or some free product, whatever it was.
So
and then
how
I
do-
just pretty much just stopped. Like,
So now, how do you think like social media is changing the minds of young people? Like, if you've kind of gone through that experience already, was it one day you just woke up and go, man, this is not really a reflection of how I'm living, or it just was tiresome because it was a chore?
bit of both, hey. Yeah, for sure.
Timmy, I know you always say like, I don't really think I could pour more energy in it because, like you said, it's a highlight.
People are posting for 10% off, 15% off. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm all for what he just said, that people are so in the highlight reel now that they're trying to influence things that I guarantee they really don't even get a grasp on or like what it even means to them. They're just doing it for the likes or the shares. So
I think there'll be a shift in that because I start to see like more people posting like what is real life. You know, this is what being a single mum with 3 kids is like, and this is what being someone who's looking for work is like, and that's getting traction too. So I hope that keeps changing because social media is powerful, and whether we like it or not, I think it's embedded in our culture. Generations after us, again, like your children will experience what it's like to be in that.
Yeah, I reckon it's great. I mean, you can create lives. Like some people live some really good lives and they love it. Some people are just naturally good in front of the camera. So like, they thrive on it. But I've got mates that like said to me, it's a bit of a chore, but the money's too good. So it's just literally just about like.
So then how do they get paid off it? Through ads?
Just post some products. I guess the products pay them to put up a post, like $500,000 a post. That's sort of what it was like. But I wasn't getting paid like heaps and heaps. But I was just like, this is torture.
What's the biggest bag you got from posting?
1,000
$1,000.
off the top of my head, yeah.
Let me just take a photo and we can split the win.
Ev would already be up about $5,000-$6,000. He posted about 6 things already today.
Yeah, I know, I've posted a little bit.
But that wasn't like $1,000 a week
once.
or anything. That was like, one good one was like that,
Yeah.
With that said, brother, speaking about influencers and how you were saying, you would go to those those events, and there would be influencers there. I was reading this week about who influences us, and I was reading a cool thing, and it was talking about the plus, minus, equals, and it was speaking on, you know, how who we have around us really kind of positions us in where we're going next. And they had this idea that, you know, it's so important to position people around you that are pluses, you know, guys that you're aspiring to be, that are doing things that you would like to do, you know, maybe heading down that journey. Also minuses, not in a negative connotation, but more so like guys that you coach or that you have opportunities to counsel. And then, you know, equals, and then that's having like a group around you that kind of like-minded. I want to get your ideas on, you know, who are your plus, minus, equals.
I mean, Cal's with me 24/7. She's the biggest plus, but around me, like in my vicinity, is like not many down here, to be honest, that like they're doing what I want to do, or I got some from like by distance that sort of watch or admire a little bit, but then I just like either listen through podcasts or watch sort of people that are doing something that I want to do, or like, you know, putting out stuff that resonates with me.
Who would be one or two, man?
As far as people, like I do have some people, like my brother's sort of one of them. He's just about to start doing a clothing brand actually, which I think is going to be cool.
Awesome.
So that should be here end of the month or next month.
What's it called?
Desmond the brand.
Streetwear? Like what would
Yeah, sort of like probably a little bit higher end streetwear, like chinos,
Yeah.
like nice heavyweighted hoodies, some knitwear, that sort of thing.
Yeah, nice.
Desmond comes off
brother?
the back of, that's my pop's name. Pop passed away, so Desmond. So he's one of them, but that's from afar. So he's up in the Gold Coast, so I don't see him much. And then there's another guy on the Goldie, Sel, listen to his podcast and just sort of like what he's doing or has done in the plant-based sort of way. Now he's in like sort of got a little media podcast company, and I sort of just watch him from afar as well and chat to him every now and then. I've been chatting to him a little bit about good food and EZVE and stuff, and yeah, he's another one.
Do you have people that you have an opportunity to coach and mentor down here in Sydney, or is it mainly that network's up in Goldie? Or
For me too?
Yeah.
No one really down here I catch up with.
What about equals? People that are like moving a similar direction that you go to counsel for now? Because I know you're co-owner with Kazi.
Yeah, I chat with Kazi a fair bit. Like he's a couple of years younger than me. He's definitely thinks the same sort of.
How did that relationship come about?
Way. So he's mates with my little brother in their little crew of friends.
Yeah.
And he moved to Sydney a few years ago. And when he first moved down here, he moved in with us just to like over the city side of Sydney as well. Just sort of made it easier on everyone to bunk with us for a little bit. And then just stayed sort of mates after that. So I met through pretty much my little brother, and he's just sort of on the same sort of, I guess, pathway, you could say. He's plant-based and stuff as well, a little bit business-like, entrepreneur, what do you want to call it? And that's how we teed that up.
You guys started EZVE last year, but what kind of jobs were you doing in the interim before that idea came into inception?
Oh, I've done heaps of stuff, Heaps of little jobs just to get
Roll
by.
them out, man. I love, this is where the gems are.
Hey, it's
This is what the hustle looks like.
Cal always laughs about it because I've just like done little bits of everything. I've done like, I played footy, done like pressure cleaning for a bit.
Oh, I remember on the gurneys, yeah.
I did that just like through with a mate. I coached at the gym. This isn't in order. It's just random jobs I can think of. I remember working at a bolo for a little bit.
You ever did something strange for some change? Maybe dance in the nightclub? In one of the cages?
No, I never did that.
You had the rig for it.
A couple of random little things like that. I did,
Bit of topless waiting.
Yeah, I did one topless wedding.
What was it?
It was just
a
like
divorce party.
No, it was like a hens party.
Oh, who edited that out?
But that was just one evening.
One and done, eh?
And then
How much do you remember? Did you get any tips?
No, I wasn't vibing. It wasn't my thing. And then so was still coaching at the gym, and then went into construction. What I'm doing like right now as well, piling, which I knew like nothing about, but we're right now.
What was Ubering like? I remember you.
Oh yeah, Ubered for a little bit too.
I remember you Ubering.
I think every entrepreneurs doing a bit of Ubering.
Yeah. I did it when it first, or nearly when it first comes to Sydney. So
I was just sitting in the living room and you'll be going, oh, we've got a jet, there's a surge. I was like, surge of what? Is there a tidal wave coming? And then, no, I've got to catch this surge, 2 o'clock on a Saturday. I was like, all right, brother, I'll just wait off here then.
Well, it's just easy to like, just do what you sort of wanted and go out and make a couple of bucks.
Flexibility. Is that what was important to you in that time there? Just having that flexibility to kind of find what you wanted to do? Because were you studying at the time when you were Ubering?
Yeah, I was. So that was.
What course was it?
It was like fashion design.
You've always been geared for it, eh?
Well, that was because I was at like it's a bit of a crossroads too. I was like 20, so I'm 29 now. I was like 26 maybe, and I was sort of like, what am I going to do, sort of thing. You know what I mean? What I really want to do.
What made you want to go into fashion? Because you were doing like some modelling stuff and that, or?
Nah, I wasn't doing any modelling. I don't know where you got that from. But I just always loved clothes. I still want to. I just wanted to learn how, like I said in that crossroads, and I was like, we were actually thinking of maybe moving back to the Goldie. So I was like, I just don't want to sit here for another 6 months just doing nothing. So I'll go learn something for 6 or 12 months. So that's how I got into that. But it wasn't like I like clothes, so it was fun. I did it for 12 months. I think it was a 2-year thing, and then we ended up moving. So I stopped it after a year.
Why'd you move?
That was... So my mum was sick, so that was like the reason we moved, I guess, in the long run. But like we'll maybe think about moving back home anyway, just to be around family. I know time up in Sydney, that sort of thing. She was a bit sick with cancer and stuff, and we're also doing like a sort of family reno on a house. So like we'll go back up there.
Hey, you're a jack of all trades. I remember you were posting photos, you and your brothers. You guys were doing everything to that house. It looked awesome.
Yeah. So my brother, the one that's on the clothes, he's a chippy by trade. So he's sort of like, you know, and
he's the foreman.
Yeah, he led it, and I just stuffed around on site, you know. Took photos, really, just played around.
Yeah, just getting paid $1,000 a photo.
Just helped. So
yeah, this is me carrying a 2x4, clean and jerking a 2x4.
So yeah, that's why. But at the time, I wasn't like worried about my mum. I thought only a positive. But now looking back, I think like because then we packed up and moved like really quickly.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I think like subconsciously, I knew something was like gonna. So I need to be back there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the time I wasn't thinking like, I gotta get out of here. There's more just, I don't know, let's just go, just be there. Yeah. And now I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm so happy I did.
What was it like being back at home with everyone? Because were you guys all living together?
No, we did at the very end. I mean, it was just a bad time because, I mean, it's a good time, but then a few bad things happened. It just sort of like, you know, killed the whole experience a little bit. So my mum ended up passing away. So it was like, I think we were back there for like 6 or whatever months, 8 months or something. The summer was good, and then it just went bad. So like, I don't know. I do have really good thoughts of it because especially for the last 2 weeks, I was there like every day with my mum. You know what I mean? Whereas if I was in Sydney, I wouldn't have been there. I was in Sydney when my pop passed, so I remember I'd fly up, see him, then like I'd have to fly away, and that was like so shit to me. So being able to be there for mum every day was like the best. But then after that, it was just like everyone was just trying to heal. Everyone was like, you know, going through their own grief. So it was, as far as like my family and some friends and stuff. So it was like, I don't know, it wasn't just like a real pleasant, positive environment. You know what I mean?
How did that impact like what was next for you? I know you came down to Sydney, I just started talking. Your mum was a queen, bro. I got to meet her, man.
Yeah.
She ran marathons and that. I was like...
Yeah, we were all super close with her. So this is probably the biggest thing that's happened in my life that's like impacted me the most. We were all super close with her. And yeah, she used to run marathons and that sort of thing. So we moved back and like, because with cancer and stuff, you get like, you're clear, and then like, oh no, it's back. And I think the doctors, they never really have like a full-on grasp of the situation. They sort of just say, like, we think, or we're going to diagnose, which is like they're sort of guessing, diagnose. It's never 100%. So we think it's clear. So when we moved back, it was all good, and she got like remarried to her previous partner, Dave. We went to that and everything, and then it's basically like 2 months. It just like it's hard to get a grasp on until you experience it, because I used to hear like cancer's just so aggressive, and because you're not like, you know, in it with anyone close to you, you're just sort of like, oh yeah, I get that, like they pass away eventually. But then to witness it like firsthand, just like 2 months of just someone go downhill so severely was just like crazy. You know, it's just like the biggest eye opener. Yeah. And I always just like, I heard this saying probably like 5-6 years ago through Kanye actually. He's one of my pluses, big plus.
He's a kook that I love him.
And he said like time is the only luxury. And at the time I was a bit younger, so I was like, what are you talking about? And then I think about it like back then, and I realised what he actually meant. And then especially after seeing all that with mum and stuff, and just whatever other bits and pieces, you just realise like time is like the only luxury. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just being home, be there, spend time. And now with my boy.
Congratulations, by the way, Ben Slater.
I got home, I was like, oh fuck, if I live as long as my mum, I'm only going to get 20 years with Van, which because I've had him a little bit later than she had me. And to me, that's crazy. Yeah. Like 20 years like just goes so quick. So that's pretty much what I live by now. Like time is the only luxury, really. So pretty much now I just try and do anything to create time. And mainly time.
That's a commodity these days, because people will be running 2-3 hustles just to pay their rent, meet their expenses, their groceries, and then...
Yeah, so I'd rather, sacrifice a little bit. Like
Kurty taking me to the deep end this morning was good.
Yeah, money doesn't really, I mean, money's nice. The only hard thing is money makes the world go round, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of things you can like sacrifice on, or not even sacrifice, just downgrade a little bit. Everyone just wants more, or better, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the mindset of society, I feel.
Everyone just, and I used to want that too, like everyone wants a new car, everyone wants a newer place, new couch, and you get it and then you just get over it. But there's certain things that you'd never get over. I'm with family.
Those experiences.
Yeah, that's me now.
Thank you so much for sharing that. With the orientation, like plant-based especially, and I know you are a co-owner of Concept Plant-Based Burgers, which are delicious. Shout out to EZVE, the vegan market every month. What was the jump for you? What was the attraction of that idea?
Well, I went plant-based like three and a half years ago probably. I've always just obviously I always want to do something, my own thing.
Yeah.
I don't always see myself.
Rather be a pirate than join the Navy, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I always see myself doing my own thing. And then with like Cuzzy, I know he sort of wanted to do something as well. And we sort of said we'll do it on the side. And just had an idea of vegan burgers, but not the typical sort of vegan burgers, you know what I mean? A bit more
tasty.
Just tasty and like naughty. We sort of based the concept off like an in and out sort of concept, like a real simple menu. Just
what's your mission statement?
And I break the stigma around like, you know, vegans and way vegans eat and that sort of thing. Like our branding's a little bit different. It doesn't look like typical vegan branding and that sort of stuff. And like we're both like young guys. I guess when you think vegan, you think like a more hippish like female or something. That's sort of the stigma around it. So yeah, just to break that a little bit as well.
What is it? What is plant-based? What's it? Is there a difference, vegan and plant-based?
No, that's just, as far as I know, that's the same. Pretty sure.
No.
So it's vegetarian.
Yeah.
And some of those still eat like dairy products like cheese and milk and stuff. And then there's like vegan, which is nothing. And I'm pretty sure plant-based. Well, I consider plant-based to be vegan. No animal products at all.
Was it challenging changing your palate over?
Nah. For a while, I still ate cheese and stuff just because I liked it. But as far as me, I did it over about a month. I could slowly cut back and back.
Yeah.
And then I went on a trip to America. When I got back from there, I just cut it out fully.
What were you doing in the States?
CrossFit. That was my last, before I went vegan.
Actually, was that 2016? It would have been, because we were at Chella a month before, I think. And then you come back, I was at regionals.
Yeah, it was then.
I think you trained about 4 weeks and then you went to CrossFit Games. So it's possible for me.
Were you vegan or plant-based while you're still training?
Well, when I was training like hard, I cut my meat back. So like I said, I did over a month, probably 2 months. So I was maybe eating meat like a couple times a week.
Did you find it affected performance in any way? Because now you're seeing nowadays like a lot more international athletes that are vegan. So like I think it's pretty cool that you can still find that energy source, and especially being at such an older age, and continue it through life to cut it back and then still have that performance rate. So
I felt fine. I think it's like mentally probably more than anything.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just you need those calories.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't at my fittest though, because like Ev said, like we went to Coachella and stuff just before, and so the year before I went to the game and stuff, I was fitter and everything because all I did was train. Whereas that previous year, I only trained the last however many months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But food wise, no. I always said like if I didn't feel great, I'd go back to what I was doing. Yeah. So I always felt good, or if not better. So I just kept
Mario
it.
Still waiting in the Walmart parking lot to get paid, or is that the caretaker over at Coachella?
Supplements.
Yeah, I see. Speaking of supplements, I need some advice, because I spoke to Timmy about this, and I know you've been through the same journey that I'm going through now, and that's copping this ASADA sanction. I don't know how to deal with it when it first happened, but I know you went through it at a younger age when that was a career, And for me, I was just dealing with more emotions. I didn't really mind but I was just dealing with more emotions of, embarrassment and shame. I didn't really know how to talk, especially to my wife, like Lissa, about it. Lissa was just like, you didn't really do anything wrong. It was just misinformation. But at the end of the day, you're painted with that brush. I know you went through a similar thing when you were younger. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, it was hard. It was so I got it the last year of 20s, back when they had the 20s comp, and I was looking to come down to Penrith before that, and nothing was signed, but that's what looked like I was doing. I think it was like our last semi game. I got tested.
You were killing it up there, you and Codes.
And then
shout out to Cody Walker.
He is killing it now, actually, Codes. That just shows by that. We'll probably talk on this later. Patience, man. Yeah. Now I try and be a lot more patient with everything, and he's just showing that so well. And I was got a call like just in the off season off like a lawyer from ASADA. Just thought nothing of it, and he said, pretty much you're suspended right now for 2 years. We'll test the B sample. And I was at a mate's place, and I was just like, the fuck. And so I started cause footy was like my life and everything right then. I started crying and stuff, and I was like, fuck, it's hectic. And I just knew, because back then, and even now, like the general sort of public, and you think you test positive something and automatically it's steroids, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's all I really know is like testosterone or steroids. And I just thought it was that, and I was like, I definitely have not taken steroids. So I went home and just researched. He gave me the names of what it was and researched like what it was, and it was just in a pre-workout. It was back when that sort of doping scandal come out. Yeah. DMA, DMAA.
Yeah.
So it was that, and then like it was super embarrassing because it was on like Fox Sports and stuff. Like I don't know, and then I knew like the people close to me knew I didn't cheat or anything like that. But then I guess the vast majority probably did, and I still get like mocked or just joke around mates that now. They just say I take steroids and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I was getting called Semenya.
Which is
they're calling me Icarus and Semenya.
I don't mind like when like mates say and stuff and joke around because I'm like that's what I haven't. But like when other people say, you sort of like get a little bit cut by it.
Yeah.
But then from there, we went to the NRL and stuff, and they sort of played out like come down. I started to go to jiu-jitsu hearing, and it was just going to be like a sort of slap on the wrist type deal. Like you might just serve the off season because you can't like train, you can't do anything, you can't go play anywhere else in the world. It might just be like a slap on the wrist situation. Situation. And anyway, I come down. I flew down like 2 days before by myself to Sydney, met with a couple of lawyers and stuff, and then I realised that I'm getting done.
Did they provide lawyers for you? Or?
I'm pretty sure they did provide them the first time. But I didn't know him or he didn't know the story or nothing either. And when I flew down, then I realised like shit, this ain't going to go well. So then we all went down, not all, like myself, I think my mum and now my partner. And anyway, I did. They just said like, what have you been for 2 years? So then we're just like, I just felt real burnt, you know what I mean?
Because you had Penrith lined up.
Yeah, that, but just like,
the way that
everyone just like talk shit about it, and it's always the big dog that wins. So I was just like, I wasn't really gonna fight it, but then it's more probably my mum that pushed it, and now like I get why she like pushed it more. So I was more just like, let's just leave it, like it's gonna cost money. So then we went and got our own lawyer and that sort of stuff, and then she pushed it more. So it was more about like sort of like proving it to them and like clearing my name and all that sort of stuff, which I get now. And like a long story short, went through that. Anyway, we appealed it and won, so I just served what I already served, which was I think about 6 months or something. That whole sort of off season. And then after that, I come straight to Penrith. So once I got
you never spoke to anyone for at least the first 3 months. You didn't speak to anyone.
It was just like I don't think I was really loving footy too when I first started playing. Like I was just a bit burnt by the whole situation. And then I got into after I just
lit a fire.
Started to love Penrith.
You were flying down there. Then they sent us those emails. You won't be required at the club for 2013 is the email I got anyway. It was a tough pill to swallow. You were speaking before you found your feet in CrossFit and you had great success in that. 3-time teams games athlete. You just brushed past that. You said you were going to brush past the narrative. That's super important, man. There's discipline involved in that. Because I find with a lot of footy players that are in the system and perhaps don't know where they've envisioned their careers to go and it doesn't pan out like that. I spent maybe 2 or 3 years searching for someone to fill that void. I was looking for goals that would kind of give me that same high that I would have when, you celebrated in footy. Did you find that?
Yeah, it's hard. Because I left, I didn't really know what I was going to do.
You went up to Wyong for a bit, hey?
Yeah, I was going to go play up there and earn like pretty good money for just playing New South Wales Cup. But then I did half the pre-season. I was like, I'm just not loving this. It's going to be a long year. And again, I'm just not going to like force myself to do something that I don't want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I stopped like everything, and I can't remember what I was doing for work at the time. Might have been doing the pressure cleaning, hey. And so like I wasn't doing it for money and that sort of stuff. So I stopped everything, and then I just fell into CrossFit, like I said, and enjoyed it. And naturally, I was just fit, a bit strong from football, and just CrossFit was a bit younger then as well. I think if you start CrossFit now, it's quite hard to be like
in the higher
sort of percentile. Yeah. Back then, it was probably a little bit easier. Maybe still consider it hard, but I just sort of found it natural. Sort of excelled from there. I
find there's a cool transition from a lot of players who come from that sport and background, and then they're able to transfer those skills over to CrossFit. What was your favourite workout? Because you're a tall fella.
I like mixed modality type stuff,
and then that?
Just like ride the bike erg for a K, get off, carry a log.
I was
tire flip.
I was going to bring up a moment. I don't even think I had started CrossFit yet, and my mate Nathan was like, "Hey man, I'm doing my first CrossFit comp. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Where is it?" "Oh, it's on the Central Coast." I was like, "Fuck, what have I got myself into? I'm going to the Central Coast to watch CrossFit." And what was the name? I think it was called Jerry. It was a workout, and I think you won it. It was rowing a K, run a K, and then row a K.
That sounds like something. That sounds your wheelhouse.
This is many years ago, and then I came back, and I think I started, and I was talking, and I was like, "Oh, bro, my mate, blah blah, he won this comp," and I was like, "I was there."
Hey. Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story too. Kurty once invited me out to do a competition out at CrossFit Athletic. I think they were doing a fundraiser. They were going to the games. I'm not sure what year it was, 2014 or something like that.
I'm pretty sure you still wear that shirt.
I wear it. I rock it. I rock it hard. I pretend like I went. They go, "Are you?" I go, "Yes, I'm Doug Hemingway." "That's me, cuz." But I went out to this comp and I was like, "Kurty, bro, partner workout." The bug had bitten me. I was like deep in it. You saw it. Timmy used to see me come full full CrossFit kit. I think I was wearing torpedoes too. And I got there and I was like, fuck this, I can't wait. I'm gonna do this comp with Kurty. We're gonna clean up. I get there, bro, and Kurty goes, Ev, can't do it, eh? I'm gonna partner you up with someone. Partner me up with the fittest 60-year-old lad I ever seen. He absolutely, can't remember his name, but man, he humbled me. I was like, man, CrossFit is really for everyone, man. And I was dying that day, and I remember thinking, Betty, bro, this is one of your greatest stitch-ups.
It is for everyone. I think that's why I loved it, because you just go in the gym, talk a bit of banter, then train hard, talk some more, and then get out of there.
Did you substitute like that footy culture? Because that's very much what I was enjoying at the end of my career.
Yeah.
Talking in the sheds, chilling with the boys, making that mate.
That's what you miss the most. Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely not the same. Footy's a bit different again, but a footy culture.
Especially doing teams with the girls in it. What's that like? You're barking orders.
Challenging, eh? Very challenging.
Very challenging.
Just dealing with females, and they get like emotional, a bit easier.
Oh, careful, brother.
And then we sort of go over there too and like get a big home or a few apartments close by, so you're pretty much living with them for a few weeks at a time too. So, but it's fun. Don't have any bad experiences with it. It was all fun, eh?
They still have a Mad Monday at CrossFit Athletic?
No, that's what you miss out of footy.
Yeah.
They have it here at Greater West.
Greater West go whole Mad November. They do the whole silly season. I was at a Mad Monday event for Greater West the other week at Tim's 30th birthday. They even make a speech there. Did you like it, Timmy?
I think it was your 30th by the end of the night.
Oh, well, there you go. No, it wasn't. I was out of there by 9:30. Lisa had me in the car very responsibly. I wanted to jump back into EZVE. I've been able to witness it and try it. It's fantastic. What were the biggest challenges when you were looking for the startup there? Like, you had the idea, you said you came back from America, you had the idea, you wanted that alternative that was tasty. What was the next step?
Yes, like cash is always a challenge, but we didn't start with that much, to be honest. So initially it was just to go like on delivery or Uber Eats straight away. Then we realised you can't cook at it. Kitchen, you need like commercial kitchen, that sort of stuff. And we didn't have the cash to do a shop front, so.
Did you get a partnership to spread the risk, or is it because you both had that concept in your minds together?
I just like doing stuff with people. It's just funner. I know. I just knew that he was going to be somewhat into it as well. And then too, for that sort of like, you making burgers and stuff, it helps to have another set of hands.
Yeah, definitely.
So then we sort of went down like markets. We bought like gear for like markets and stuff to test the idea. So that was a whole. We never actually really wanted to do markets. It was just like to test the concept and a cheap way of starting.
So the goal was to get on Deliveroo and Uber Eats.
Yeah, that was to test the idea. The goal was obviously to have like shop fronts. Yeah. But because we can do Uber Eats and Deliveroo straight away, we're doing that now. But because we can do that straight away, we just did the markets to start.
What was the biggest spend, like when you first made that initial investment?
We just put in $5,000 each, and that covered all the cooking equipment, company, all that sort of stuff, gazebo, packaging.
So the equipment was the most?
Yeah, equipment total. Yeah, so like grill, fries, the gazebo, the POS system, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So we put in $5,000 each, and we haven't put in any more since.
Were you guys just stepping out in faith, or did you guys put a business plan together? How was that rolling?
Oh, we had like we didn't like fully pencil down a business plan. We had like a somewhat written out one, like we know sort of what we do. But again, it's changed so much since we started.
Yeah.
Like so much.
I think, we spoke about this in our one, like your plan deviates and you just follow the track you're sort of going. Did you have any idea, like the business side of anything like that, how you were going to run it, like who was going to do the business side and who was going to do maybe the social media and that? Because from like the outside looking in, I haven't really tried it, but it looks appealing for me, and I'm a meat eater, so like I say to Ev all the time, I'd give it a go. So did you have like one person that was going to do that side and one was going to do the business, or were you just going to learn as you go?
Who calls the shots?
It was just learning as we go. It was now we probably do a little bit more like you do this, I do this sort of thing. At the very start, it was just like, let's just try and chip away and just do things. It comes like a little bit naturally, I guess. The whole, especially like Instagram and stuff. It's just, again, that's just like photos. I like to
our free marketing.
Yeah, our photos look good, but then when you actually try to, it's like you're like,
was that you doing a lot of the photography? Because one time I worked in Newtown Markets, you had a guy come in.
Yeah, we did that once. Paid him like $200 to do some photos. Yeah. But then it's just easier just doing it yourself. Hey? Like it's just.
Especially you had a bit of experience in it, like we spoke about at the start.
How did you learn, Kurty? I always wonder how you shoot in order.
Yeah. I don't know camera settings that well.
Yeah.
I just I was actually talking to a mate last night. He's a photographer.
Yeah.
And he's telling me about composition.
Yeah.
So now I know about that. And he's like, you really got good composition.
What is that?
So I don't know. I was like, what is that? And he just started laughing. It's like when you break up photos. So apparently a good photo is like in a thirds of the screen.
Oh, okay.
vertically and horizontally. So you might take a photo and the main subject will be in the bottom third. You gave me one of my photos as an example. I just thought it looked really cool.
This week all my photos are going to be 33.3%.
Straight over Google.
Apparently it's all like, well, that's like a good start.
The science to the aesthetic.
It's a good start of like if you got like just a natural eye for it.
Yeah.
And he was telling me last night, so that was interesting.
As Tim was saying before, your burgers did look good, man. I was listening to the audiobook, the 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. And the first one is the law of leadership. It says it's more advantageous to be first in the market than better. You know, for you guys with existing competitors like, you know, Lord of the Fries, I don't know if you consider them competitors, Soul Burger Grill, now having that avenue.
Yeah.
Like, what was going to be your point of difference? Did you have a marketing strategy going in? Because I feel like branding for you guys is like, that's really impactful. I look at it, I go, man.
Yeah, our branding's probably the biggest difference. And our food, I think our food's just different too. It's like, it's not like the healthiest vegan stuff, but then again,
When I was sitting in the stall, I was trying to like take mental notes. I'm going, how long is Kurty cooking this patty for? Why is he covering this thing here? What's in that secret sauce?
I don't really see the other vegan places too as like big competitors. I see more like non-vegan places as competitors.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. That's the sort of way I look at it too. I mean, they all are, but
Why was branding so important for you? And how did you come up with the colours, the orange especially?
I'm a visual learner.
Yeah.
I just like good looking things.
Shout out to Cow.
I'm just very visual, so I love good branding and that sort of stuff. The name came about just EZVE, like Eazy-E,
Yeah.
the rapper Eazy-E, and it used to be.
I know you're a hip hop head, mate. You love hip hop.
And then the letters and sequence changed. And orange, just like orange, and I knew Cuzzy liked the colour orange because he changed his Instagram to an orange colour. Mine's not anymore. Mine used to just be white. Now it's that photo of Boo, Cal and Van. But that's how the colour orange came about. And then we tweaked. I mean, I got the original sort of like logos and stuff done up in my phone, but it just sort of tweaked over a week and then we settled on the final one.
And as Timmy was saying before, he's still carnivore. Like, how do you market to people who aren't plant-based or vegan? Is that challenging? Is that part of your demographic? Who do you want to kind of target with your product?
Yeah, it's hard because like you still see a lot of people like once they realise it's vegan, before they've tried it, they read like vegan or plant-based and they'll sort of like do the old eye roll and either walk away or mock something. I reckon it's still a bit new, but now with all the other companies like the Beyond and Impossible and stuff overseas, it's definitely way more mainstream and it's helping things. But we don't market meat as like heavy. It's more like if your partner's eating less meat or you just want to eat less meat during the week, the guy gets brought along because generally it's like the guy that eats more meat.
Yeah.
And then he actually has it and goes, oh, this is actually pretty good.
And is that part of your mission, like to what you were saying before, disrupting that stigma around vegans?
Yeah.
Is that how you build your branding strategy and stuff? Like just making it like, it's almost, when I look at it, it's like it's a vibe. You're creating a vibe with all the photos, something that can be had anywhere, anytime, is it?
Yeah, it's just an experience. I just look at things as like an experience, hey. So if you like come, it's hard now because we're only marketing and stuff, so we can only give the experience of like the gazebo and whereas like the vision and ideas for the shop front and stuff is just way different.
Yeah.
You know, I think it is going to be like a really cool experience. A bit more of a future to how like food's served now. So I look at everything as like an experience and you come in, like get the burger, you taste it, that's an experience. You know, you talk about it, you sit there and have a chat with your friends, that's an experience.
And it comes back to that thing, like what you're saying about time. Like time is really just all experiences.
Yeah, I know. Like if you're doing it with your friends or your family or whoever you're doing it with, like you just have an experience with them and then you just think back, oh, that time we went into EZVE or, you know, that time we tasted EZVE.
What have been some of the challenges?
Big challenge is not progressing as fast as you want to progress, you know what I mean?
Yeah, being patient.
Yeah, but that's sort of what I learned. So I had no background in hospitality and I've learned that like hospitality's hard. You always got to be there doing something or like get staff, so then you got to rely on other people.
Who's been one of the best staff that you've had?
We just have a couple of girls, or a few girls. We also had you for some stuff too.
Yeah, that's where I was trying to create
Lead that way.
Yeah.
But they just come through friends and we just get them. You come down once. But it's hard too because then you like got to like get other people, you know, or like worry about other people
that you trust.
giving you a good experience.
Yeah.
And I just realised that hospitality is a bit harder. You need money to like to do shop fronts. You go to another shop front, you need like a lot of money as far as rent, fit outs, all that sort of stuff.
That was one of the laws of marketing. It was saying, you know, you could have a mediocre product and have resource. Like $1 million will take that mediocre to high end.
Yeah.
You could have the best product and no resource, no capital, no funding, and that just becomes a great idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is that so? When you say shop front, is that something that you want to do, or is it back to like you need that investment? You got to involve other people.
Yeah, so we're at the stage now. Like we've tested the idea and it's good. Everyone seems to love it, and it's always like we always sell out. Now we're at the stage where we need investment because we don't like love doing markets or that sort of stuff. So we only do a little bit each month. So we're not saving heaps of money.
How long did it take you to break even?
I can't remember how long it took to get the initial investment back. It wasn't long though. Yeah, like we kept everything pretty simple, all the ingredients, and it's all like really simplified. So we make everything for quite a good price, and we sell it for you know a reasonable sort of vegan price, and just like I think you can get anything for like $20 and under, like a good feed. Like, you're happy with that? I'm happy with that. So I can't remember the initial. It wasn't that long though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't do enough to like save heaps to be able to like, you know, save 200 grand for a shop. So now we're at the stage where we need investment if we want it to go where we envision it going.
Are you doing catering or it's just marketing?
We've done a few catering things, but it's not.
What's the thing that you enjoy least about it? The hospitality side?
Probably the setup and pack up of markets. Yeah. Cooking and stuff's pretty fun because you can still like chat and it's not fun, but it's like, it's sweet.
Because it's early morning sometimes, especially now, like the vegan market last week, it's freezing.
Yeah.
They had the game on, you can't park anywhere. It's all event park and it's like $100 to park for a few hours.
Yeah. At the start, you just don't think about every little step. You just think, oh yeah, sell some burgers, get out of there. Probably that.
I've got a bone to pick with you too, Kurty. I know you and Cuzzy always put out like these, I don't know if they're rhetorical questions because I'm not getting any responses to them, but they post, where do you want to see EZVE next? And I was saying to Timmy, when we're talking about health and fitness, infrastructure, that impacts health, I think, more than most things. So education probably the other thing. But out here in Mount Druitt, I'll see 6 McDonald's go up before I ever see an outlet for plant-based food or a vegan alternative. And I've left comments saying I would love to see EZVE pop up at Dawson Mall, Mount Druitt on a Thursday night. I reckon it'd sell out. It might need a security detail.
They have food trucks up there on a Thursday.
I'm telling you, man, when are you all going to come out west, bro? That's a product that should not be kept just on the other side of the Anzac Bridge.
I don't know, do you reckon it will?
I think it would, bro. I
can get half the gym down there.
Fuck, my 4 best mates are all like my close mates are all vegan.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think.
I know like places around Para do.
Yeah.
It's just that stigma of like the West eat shit food.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about. Me and Timmy, Court said it last week. It's a subtext, and for me, like growing up in the West, loving the West, Timmy the same. We never had that view of the West. I see like kings and queens coming out of the West. Yeah. But, you know, you're not even from Sydney, but then you have it, and you lived out here for ages too. Like when you were playing footy.
Well, everyone says to me now, like, "Fuck, what was Penrith like?" Bro, it wasn't that bad, eh? I liked it.
That's so...
Going into like a footy, because I had like boys and stuff around me, but I mean, guys not having the beach 5 minutes away, it was fine.
Skeg through and through, eh?
No, just a bit of salt water here and there. Sand under the toes.
It's so interesting that you say that because that's why I wanted to have something like this, to have conversations that I wish people heard it, like forks in the road, or if they had an opinion, then we can present the other side. If you not being from the West, and then even just that little comment speaking on it, it's almost a subtext that it wouldn't really go off out here. I think it would. I think it'd sell out. And that's one thing I love about out here. If someone does anything, and I think you could attest to this too, man, the difference between up home and down in Sydney. Someone's starting a business or trying to show at least a spark to just be that tall poppy, people get around it. They love it. They love seeing their friends succeed, and they love seeing people do well. So, if you could set up EZVE, I reckon I could herald it and be out there in Dawson Mall and get that to sell out in 2 hours, bro. Quicker than the vegan markets out at Surrey Hills or wherever it is.
Yeah, that's interesting. It would be fun. I'd be confident with that because I know there are boys out here that would get around it heavy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then to put a permanent shop out here.
But just one time, bro.
Yeah, one time would be different.
Stop deleting my comments. I'm putting Dawson Mall in Cuzzy's Insta story in here on bar. That's how you want to disrupt the stigma and the narrative, but the narrative exists out here too, brother.
No, that's true. Very true.
Because again, like people would look at veganism, plant-based, first thing they're thinking of, like what you're talking about, it's that backpacker down on Bondi Beach in the morning doing a acai bowl or something like that. Yeah, but I know a whole heap of cats out here that performing, they got their jobs. They'd love to see someone like that out here, and there's a niche out here. Like I said before, man, they ride hard for things that come from a place of care that's going to grow the community. I hope that's what this is too, bro. So that chat there that's gems for me, bro.
Anyway, let's tee it up.
Tee it up, brother. I know you've got a few ideas in the works now, and congratulations, your fatherhood has been one of the highlights in your adulthood. What's been some other profound moments? I know you spoke on your mum before. Would you say that now Van is the peak in your adulthood? It's all the cool things that you've already done?
Yeah, for sure. One of the, obviously probably my mum, quite passing too, that was impactful. Mum, biggest, and Van. They're probably the biggest, most, for like me personally. Had other sporting ones and stuff that we've spoken about, and just sort of let those go a bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Van, yeah, it's great. I always thought I'd be a younger parent, but
that fit that, eh?
I've got no problem waiting. It's good. I think everything just happens though when you're ready for it. And and now I feel like we're super comfortable with it. It's good. But the only upsetting thing is I wish Mum was here, because all she wanted was grandkids. So like, you know, as soon as we found out, all we wanted to tell was Mum.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like as soon as, and other people, but like Mum would have been like the first call, take him to see Mum straight away. That's the only upsetting sort of side of things, and all the little journeys along the way.
And let's speak about doing something that creates more time for you. When we caught up last week, you were mentioning this new concept of still staying in that plant-based arena but growing the brand. Is that something that you have a timeline on, or tell us about that?
So I'm doing like good food, calling it good food, like GUD food, and like to create a bit more time. So once I was studying like EZVE and hospitality, I sort of realised, and after talking to a few people too, the scalability and the time in hospitality and stuff's not that great. You need a lot of money to scale and that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then I had these other ideas of just doing like sauces and condiments and that sort of stuff, and just other food products. Like I like products and I like food, so it just goes easy.
Little piggy bank.
And I did want a bit of a challenge too. I would like to do it with Kurty. I've still said to him, we'll do it. It's just more money and stuff, and I have a little bit of savings. So I was like, I'm not going to keep waiting. I'll get started on it. So it's been going since the start of the year, and I went a bit quiet once we had van and stuff. And it's probably about 2 months away, 6 weeks, 8 weeks away at least. I'm going to start with condiments. It's the first products.
Aioli?
Win people over with that. Yeah. A couple of flavours. I won't give them all away. Like aioli, mayo, that sort of thing.
What's the process like, the back end? Like, you do all the recipes. Are you cooking every night?
Nah, not now. At the start I was like playing around heaps just in the afternoons and on weekends. And it's just learning, just Google and YouTube, you can just learn heaps. So just playing around with different things. Like I nailed a recipe once and then try to replicate it like the next day and just couldn't, over and over again. Yeah. But now it's fine. And now I've got like a manufacturer in Brisbane, and I'm just trying to sort out some packaging now. That's another hard thing with starting this is in food.
Things that appease like to the eye.
Yeah, especially that. Like I really want it to be visually appealing as well, and then like taste good. Because I just want to do things that, that I like. I just can't put out stuff that I'm like, nah, it just doesn't feel right for me. Like plant-based, I wouldn't do a non-plant-based product because like
it's not in line with your values.
Yeah, it's just exactly. It's what I value. So like packaging, everyone does like 10, 20,000, 30,000 minimum order quantities for like bigger brands, which is fine for them cash-wise. But then starting a newer brand and trying to make it look nice as well as taste good. That's a pretty big challenge. That's the sort of challenge I'm going through right now.
When I was reading those laws of marketing, they were saying like diversifying is really challenging if it's the same brand. Also like introducing a new line. We're using examples like how Coke tried to branch out, and it's really hard to dissociate with the original brand. Yeah. And then it's almost counterproductive to market against it. Is that a challenge that you feel you'll have, or are you going to use good food in EZVE? How's that going to work?
We probably use the good food products for sure. We won't intertwine them that much because it's just completely different, the branding and stuff. It's fun branding, but it's colourful and whatnot, but it's completely different. I mean, we might give them little plugs and stuff here and there, but I mean, like condiments is an easier way, like for meat eaters and that sort of thing. Like not everyone wants to just go eat.
See how he said it? Meat eaters. Like I could just hear like meat eaters.
No, but it's appealing too though, because you do get a lot of meat eaters that will be like, oh, it's vegan, so it's going to be healthy. I'll give that a go. So it's a whole new market for you. It's good.
I think like it's probably, I don't know, you could probably test this. Like you might not want to eat a veggie burger, but then there's like some nice Chipotle there. You'd have a dollop of Chipotle and then eat it and go, oh, that's pretty good. I'll try their other products. Their Chipotle tastes that good. Maybe whatever products we do in the future.
Was that your mindset when you were moving in that direction? It was just going to be like a cool little bridge for people to be introduced to plant-based stuff.
Yeah, and to like, especially now with the whole mock meats and everything, it's becoming a lot more to have like a good product. Yeah, you need like it's scientific, like fully done in labs, and to taste like really good. Yeah, so that was my idea of that, to introduce simpler, great products. People realise they're good, and then potentially whatever products we bring in the future, they would go, oh, I'll try that because I love that.
Is that the long game for you, man? Just to set that up, have it stocked in your Woolies, stocked in your Coles, and then just sit back, retire. What are you doing if 5 years from now work isn't really an issue? What are you doing with your time, brother?
I'd just be staying healthy and just hanging with the family. Yeah, for sure.
Sydney or Goldie?
Or I'd probably be up, put him in Sydney, be up.
How's the money?
We've been talking about Sunshine Coast a fair bit. We don't really want to move back to the Gold Coast. It's close enough to drive, it's 2-3 hours away. Yeah. Catch up with people, but still a little bit further away. And small property, that's what I'll be doing, spend time
with that minimalist life, hey? You doing any travel this year?
Not right now. We're meant to be going to Sri Lanka, see my brother, but I'm doing this good food stuff right now, so trying to get as much of that done as quickly as possible. But no plans right now.
Brother, just as we wind down, thanks so much for your time, bro. I gotta get you to shout out your handles. I forget every week. But I want all 3 handles. The kfoggy experience, everything. Can you shout them out, man? I know 14 or 15 people are gonna hear this and they're gonna go. They're gonna engage with EZVE.
14, maybe 3 might be good. There's Good Food, so at Good Food, GUDFOOD, Co, actually, Good Food Co on Instagram. And then EZVE at EZ_VE, and at kfoggy is my personal kfoggy.
Bro, is there anything you want to chop it up about? Questions for the cast, bro. FAQ.
Well, I actually want to know, like, with Timmy, and you doing this too, this is a new little thing. And I like before here chatting about just new boys doing new things and that sort of thing, getting around it. That's part of the reason why I'm here, because I just think it's cool. And if we can help each other, all the best. But like with the business, we spoke quickly before and it's going well. Well, your biggest challenge is, because I've always wanted to sort of do a gym type concept, and I still do.
My biggest challenges was just the business side. I was coming from like construction sort of background. I didn't know much about BAS and ASSES and tax and all that sort of stuff. So getting my head around that was something I wanted to learn, so I learnt that. And then my biggest challenge was, it'd be the same for you being in hospitality, like it's customer service. Like although it's a gym, people are coming here for an experience, and if my coaches or myself or anyone's not giving them that 10 out of 10 experience, that they're not going to come back. Same for you with your burgers, that first point of contact, that person says, hey, how are you, what do you want? If that experience isn't there for them, then it already leaves a sour taste with them. So that was probably my biggest challenge, the customer service, and then the business side. The gym and all that sort of stuff's a passion, I know that. I know how to run stuff like that, but
Are there a few coaches that have provided some great experiences for them?
Yourself, still trying to get you back to coach, but...
Right, I've got to gas myself up.
I think, from what we've heard, I think you got some great ideas, and like we spoke about, you got a good idea, hit it straight away, and you're very passionate about it, so go for it. Even like I said, man, with the condiments and that, I would definitely give them a go, because it is that bridge or that toe in the water for someone that eats meat to be like, hey, I'll give it a go. It's a small step, and then from there, man, this is good. Hey, I'll give it another go and eventually eat the food. So I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
I would have gone good GOOD like myself.
Good,
it's all taken. Everything, all the company, Instagram, everything was all taken. So it's made a bit of slang, GD, food.
Everything's taken.
Man, it reminds me of a gelato, like a Messina spread, like the branding.
Oh yeah.
When I see it, it's all like pinks, yellows.
Just fun. Most food stuff's like so boring. But then there's some ice cream brands and stuff, like you said, Messina, and they do really cool branding. So I was like, I look at beauty products a lot. Hey,
you mentioned it last week, Why?
So like all beauty products are really nice. I was like, why can't
what
food
number
products
are you?
like
You'd
that?
probably be 1.
I don't use it.
Pasty white.
That's better.
I'm 5
KKW
I can
beauty.
very sweet of the juice. Timmy, you'd be about 2.5. Maltese Terrier, mate. You got that nice Valletta tan.
No, I think it's good. What we spoke about, I think you should bring it out west.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You got to think about accessibility. Infrastructure impacts health, I feel, more than anything. Like some places are just set up not to thrive.
Yeah, well, there's this like...
not in Australia so much, or Sydney.
America's bad.
But if you look around the world, that there it's all systemic.
Well, it's all just like chemists and fast food outlets.
Yeah, and it's almost like I just
There's that many chemists in America.
I know. There's not that many 7-Elevens in Melbourne.
You used to run one. You and Sash.
Sash running it now. Anything else, brother?
Oh, I don't know. I've enjoyed it, It's hard though.
I'm so grateful for you sharing, bro. You really went on the deep end there.
No, but it's good though. It's like a little bit therapeutic, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes I'll try to talk about something, I want to talk about something. Kel's pretty good and she'll listen, but then like she might get a bit choked up over mum or whatnot, and then it cuts the convo real short, and then I'm there like going, I want to talk about it more.
It's cathartic.
And then I can't, so then I just like I bottle it up and just cruise, you know what I mean? And it gets hard. So doing this sort of stuff, like it actually, I was pretty nervous, because I've never done it before.
Especially you, bro. You're laconic, bro. Like you don't say
Like
too
touching
much.
on what most of our convos have been with the 2 podcasts before on mental health, just to talk is
well, everyone says
it's at the forefront,
find someone to talk to, or like don't hold it in. But then if you bring up a topic, if someone says like I'm feeling pretty down or whatever, everyone just goes,
don't want to touch that.
Yeah.
That's a landmine. Let's keep it moving.
We've got to be positive. We've got to be
Although just like hold back on the convo or just divert the convo.
Some days you just can't be positive.
Yeah, positivity is sometimes unpacking all that messy shit.
Even though whatever it's about, people just like, but I get it, because like if someone brings up something you don't know what to say, you're like, oh shit, what am I going to say to him?
We spoke about that before. Sometimes just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just let them talk.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Storytelling's it's the best classroom next to travel for me. Storytelling.
I think that's why if you look at some of these podcasts now and they're killing Joe Rogan's ridiculous.
And it's because they're matter of fact. They have honest conversations. People will sense if you're being disingenuous, if you're trying to say something for the sake of it. And like I was talking on social media before, authenticity, that there will soon be the commodity, because everything is such a highlight reel. The more I see people living their truth, that's commendable, whatever it is.
Yeah, being vulnerable is everything.
Yeah. And it's hard. because like what you
So
talk
hard.
about, Timmy, that toxic masculinity, there's those stigmas with it.
Yeah, but then once you do, you're like, oh, that felt pretty good.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what we said, bro. Like, and even people are like, oh, you know, you got to like lift them up. It's hard finding if people are okay. But the more you ask someone, like, yeah, you're okay,
More
it
normalised
just comes easy, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you look a bit down today, bro. You're all right. Like 2-3 years ago, for me to say that to someone, I'd be like, no, he'll come.
'Cause you're guarded
he'll come
yourself,
good.
yeah.
He'll come good. He'll be all right. In a few
Yeah.
days. Nowadays, I walk straight up, bro. You look a bit down. What's wrong?
Yeah.
But that'd probably be this gym too that's taught you that.
Yeah,
Sure.
straight away, bro. And like you spoke about with that coach telling you to go around and talk to people,
Yeah.
it's like any training. It's like you want to get good at bench press. The more you do it, the more you're going to get better at it.
Condition, yeah.
Yeah. So for going up to someone and they look a little bit off, for me to just roll a convo straight out about how their day is, nothing now. Where a few years ago I would have been like, oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I actually don't want it now.
I just want to thank his handles, Rogue Giant. He's my sound engineer, my EP. He's 6'8" and he's single, and he's he was my best man at the wedding. He gave a cracker speech, but the mics died. I don't die on his watch. He's a legend. His name is Neil Alfred. Thank you, my bro. Again, before we wrap up, guys, and we can take it offline if you want to keep chatting, but I just want to thank you, Kurty, for again, your sharing. You spoke, you were vulnerable. The most words I've ever heard you say. And that story, that whole narrative, man, humbling your aspirations. You're very gracious in your success because you've had it. And I love how you speak on how that's evolved through your fatherhood and your experiences with family. Very resilient in, failures. You fail fast and you just keep it moving, brother. Like I said, you impact me. I always look to you. You be one of my plus men. Timmy is a plus man too for me. I thank you so much, Skinny Good, for riding shotgun. Give us your best sign off before I chuck it out. Kurty, just straight down the camera. Just something nice. A couple of gems. Sportsgate, a good one. She started crying, so.
Nah, just thanks for having me. Hey, like I said, it's been therapeutic. Honestly, it's cool. I'd like to come back, hopefully with good foods, doing what I think it's going to be doing, and then tell you the journey I've had from now till whenever you do this again. And I want you to keep this going too.
You're here with Zebby on the Conversate Cast. We out.